Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Buff Breakdown. First of all, yes! Okay, now that I got that out of the way, yeah, we're back. Yes, indeed. So when I saw the summoning schedule and I saw Super Bunyan was going to be one of the raid-up servants, I was really hoping they would do a buff, and they did, because obviously if you don't know, she is one of my favorite servants and probably the next 120 I have on my main server. She's never been really that good. She's never had any buffs before. She's like just mid-tier at best. But now they buffed her, and also it is an MP buff. So let's get to checking it out. So MP before the buff, single target buster MP, 3 hits, so nothing really fancy. Basically, she has this unique mechanic called likes. So whenever she hits an enemy with a face card or gets hit, she gains 1 stack of like, and the likes only affect her MP. They do nothing else. And for every like, you get 5% more damage to the MP that can stack up to 10 times. So you can get up to 50% more damage on your MP if you're holding 10 likes, okay? And also 1 like stays for 3 turns when you receive 1. So holding 10 likes has always been very difficult, I'm not gonna lie. So getting max damage is pretty hard. Unless you have like a lot of taunt shenanigans and whatnot. But it's a cool little bonus. I still feel like it should have been 10% more damage. But oh well. And then after damage, she did a 3-turn defense down on the targets, scaling from overcharge with a base 10% minus all the way up to 30%. So the overcharge was always pretty awkward too, because, you know, it was after damage, and it's not even that great on numbers. If anything, I think this should have been like a flat 20 or something, and then make the like thingy be like overcharge, like the scaling. There's a lot of things they could have done differently, but that was the MP. Very, very simple. Just a single target nuke that could either be a really wet slap or a fairly hard-hitting nuke. So yeah, that's what we had. So let's see what they changed. Now, there's not a whole lot of changes. That's the first thing to realize. The likes work exactly the same. They scale exactly the same. The overcharge defense down is exactly the same and also works the same. I was really hoping they could move this before the damage. I'm not gonna lie. That would have been nice, because even in her kit, she actually does have overcharge for the full party for 1 turn. So it could have been even nicer, but yeah, I guess they just didn't really do anything for the existing effects. Which again, because they've been moving some stuff around in recent MP buffs. I was really hoping that this would be before damage, but sadly not the case. So they didn't change anything. So what changed? Or they didn't change anything that was already there. So what is now different? Well, the MP obviously gets its standard damage upgrade from the buff, which is great. And then the only thing that changed is a new line. She now gets 20 stars on Yeesss for the MP. I do like it because she does have some crit potential. She even has the 3rd skill where she gets, or the full party rather, gets a lot of Buster Absorb for 3 turns, and she also does obviously have a triple Buster deck, so it's a very nice deck for going for crits, and with the Buster MP you can definitely even fairly easily land full Buster Brave Chains occasionally. Definitely not a rare occurrence with her. So I do like a Star Bomb, especially when her own star generation is not that great. She doesn't really have anything like stars per turn or star, generation, nothing like that. No bombs, no nothing before this. And the Alter Ego Star Absorb on base is just average. It's not even that great. So you do need a good abundance of stars to even get some consistent crits with her. That's why someone like Merlin tends to be a fairly good pairing as well. So that's the do effect. And that's the buff. That's it. So it's a standard damage upgrade and a 20-star bomb. Otherwise, it's the exact same as it was before. I want to say it's not the MP buff I was hoping, because again, I would have done a lot of different stuff. I mean, this is obviously me being biased. I would have maybe changed the scaling of the likes or put the defense down before damage. Stuff like that, but I'm still very happy, okay? And the bottom line is that previously you needed a lot of likes to do some considerable MP damage, especially when you remember how Alter Ego works, because against most of her good affinities it's only 1.5x instead of 2x damage. So you definitely need the likes to see some actual solid MP damage, especially if you didn't have a good copy of her. But now with the standard damage upgrade, you're definitely going to see more damage even with low stacks of likes, which is great. So it's like the Hijikata MP buff again. He doesn't have to be like low HP to do some MP damage after they buffed it. So it's kind of a similar scenario And yeah, the Star Bomb is obviously nice to not be super reliant on the MP to do damage. Her MP is still not the easiest to spam because, again, she only has 2 gains cards. Granted, you crit with the arts card, it is really strong, but that's about it. Otherwise, you will heavily rely on your supports for those gauge needs for spamming the MP on bosses. But there you go, that's the buff. So on one of the extra tier lists this year that included Alter Ego, she was the lowest of the SSRs with Abigail on my tier list, and for a good reason. Again, she was just mid at best. And with this, it's tough. I think she deserves a B+, but I'm not even sure if I can bump her into A yet. Because her kit, again, if you missed it, it's bare bones. It's just, there's not much going on. So I really wish they will buff the skills. I feel like all of them, maybe not the first one, but I like the second and the third one, especially the second is so terrible. This is absolutely a trash skill. So I really wish they could buff the skills at some point too. But you know, an MP buff obviously will probably have the biggest impact. So I'm still happy with it regardless. So I'll probably just leave her in B+ for now. We'll see when we hopefully revisit the tier lists next year. But there you go. This buff will probably not really impact anyone, or no one will really care about this buff because no one really uses Super Bunyan anyway. In fact, people, not only is she not great gameplay wise, people tend to hate on her character too, and I kind of get that, but I'm a huge simp, so I'm very happy with this. I'm like the 1%, but hey, leave a comment if you also care about this buff. I want to see how many people actually do care, but again, I'm pretty sure most people don't. But there you go, there's another video. So if you enjoyed this buff breakdown, do me a solid and press the like on this video. Get it? Because Super Bunyan has a mechanic where she gathers likes, please. It's totally cool, man. It's a good joke. Also, do subscribe not to miss out on future videos. Yes, indeed. Because whenever there's new buffs, I'll be right here to cover them for you guys. And hey, have a great rest of the week ahead. And see ya in the next video.